All right, guys. Welcome. Sam Silk Show here today, man. I've been talking about it all weekend. And we were talking about Inspirational Week. And today is our kickoff. And big ups, I got to show my love to Mike B., who on Mondays gives us the 1 minute of motivation. And he kicked it off. And today, this gentleman is hanging out with us today. He was able to say, yeah, and I appreciate that. I know he's busy. You can check him out on TCT, holding it down. Yes, sir. All the way from the studios in Akron.
Yes, sir.
Akron. First, how long you been doing that now?
Man, I've been hosting for TCT for about 5 years now.
5 years.
Yeah. It's a funny story too, Sam.
Yeah.
I walked in before they had even built the studio there at TCT.
Yeah.
It was just dirt, and they were kind of walking around getting ideas.
Yeah.
I walked in, and a gentleman was there, Tom Nolan. And I'm just talking to him and kind of just seeing where they were going to go with this.
Yeah.
And share with him an idea that I had. And he said, I like that idea. Come back and see me in 3 months.
Yeah.
Now, in my mind, I'm like, yeah, you just trying to push me off, so I ain't think nothing of it. I just went on about my business.
Yeah.
3 months later, though, they had this big old grand opening.
Mm-hmm.
And so I came back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, hey, I was the one to talk to you in the parking lot. And long story short, he like, yeah, I remember the show idea you were talking. Come back in about a month, and we gonna sit down. I'm like, yeah, you really trying to push me off now, so skip it. And so long story short, I came back. Somebody said, come back, I want you to sing. And I came back, and there was the guy sitting in the audience. He said, come on back to my office, let's talk. And I began to share with him an idea. He said, let's put it into effect this Saturday. I was talking to him on a Monday. He said,
this is amazing. This is inspirational. This is why this is called Inspirational Week.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Now I had been interviewed by all kind of networks, ESPN, BET. I did a competition on BET. So I'd been interviewed and done shows on networks, but I had never hosted.
Yeah.
I had never
Were you
sat
nervous?
I was super nervous.
Yeah.
And so Saturday, here it comes, and he's like, let's put this into motion. He started putting me up. And at that time, people from Obama's camp were coming in and wanting to be interviewed.
I know you was really nervous then, right?
Man, guess who's got to sit there and interview these people? I've never been on that side of the mic, that side of the table, and have to interview, put it into motion, and 5 years later, here I am still doing it, man.
Yeah. Brandon Hollis holding it down.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Here's what I like about it. You kept on.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
You kept on knocking on the door.
Yes.
There was no fear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
Like, a lot of times we get so charged up and pumped up, and you're 29, and so were you like 24 then?
Yes.
And I like to say this, man. You can be 46, 50, have that same fire. Don't lose it because you're older now.
Absolutely.
You're wiser. That's it.
Yes.
But you got to have that same fire. You were persistent. You said, you know what? I'm gonna keep going back. I'm gonna keep going back.
Most definitely.
5 years later, look at you now.
Yes.
Also, you're a minister.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Now, how long have you been a minister?
So I accepted the call to preach when I was 15.
Okay.
Prior to that, I had been singing. People only knew me for singing.
Yeah.
Started at the age of 5 in my local church. Yeah. My mom heard a little ring. I was mimicking the preacher.
Okay.
And my mom was like, come here, boy. And she started singing Amazing Grace.
Yeah.
And she said, now repeat after me. And I started doing. That's how she discovered that I could sing. From there on, I was doing all kinds of concerts and everything singing. But at the age of 15, I heard another call that said it's time for you to step out of your comfort zone. Singing was comfortable for me.
Okay.
But preaching and having, because when I would sing a song, I'd have my eyes closed. I ain't looking at nobody. I'm just in my own little realm.
When you preach that, you got to look at your notes, you got to look at your Bible, and you got to look at the people.
You can't be standing there with your eyes closed preaching like that. Ain't gonna work. So that was a push. That you're talking about pushing. You're talking about fighting. You're talking about persevering.
Yeah.
People have been in my ear. My mom, my pastor. You're supposed to be preaching. You're supposed. No, I ain't. I ain't hearing that.
No, I ain't about to do
I ain't
that.
about to do it. So that was a push because that was stepping out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
And now ain't nobody calling me to sing. You know, all the calls are coming in for me to preach. And so obviously that was what God wanted me to do. Now I still incorporate my music. I'm never gonna get away from my music ministry. But I'm doing what God wants me to do right now.
I want you to talk about stepping out of the comfort zone.
Yes.
How can, if I'm listening to you now, I heard you talk about the television and being persistent, and you had to interview the Obama camp when they were running for president.
Yes.
And then preaching, which is public speaking as well. So how give me some encouragement, or give me the process in your own words.
Definitely.
On what it takes to step out there.
The first thing that comes to mind, Sam, you've got to block out the negativity. People are going to be in your ear. They're going to tell you what you shouldn't be doing, how you shouldn't be doing it, all kinds of negativity. I had to learn how to block that out. I had to learn how to first listen to the voice of God. What is God telling Brandon? What is he carved out for my life? Blocking out that negativity is the most important thing. There are people listening right now that I know without a shadow of a doubt, people have told them you'll never be nothing, you'll never go anywhere, you won't succeed, you shouldn't be in this field, you shouldn't be doing that. You can probably test to the fact that people have told you shouldn't be in radio. Whatever the case may be, people are always in your ear. Block out the negativity. You are the governor of your life. You need to make the decision what you're supposed to be doing, what you're supposed to be saying, who you're supposed to be hooked up with. That's another thing. You can't be just hooked up with anybody and get to the next level. You got to understand that at some point in your life, you're going to have to be alone. That was another challenging thing for me, Sam, going through that singled out stage of my life, being alone. I like company. I like to kick it. I like to entertain. But I had to go through a season where I was by myself. Couldn't pick up the phone and call nobody, because I was focused. I was in a zone. First thing is blocking out the negativity. The second thing I would say is you've got to have a prayer life. You've got to do it. I don't care if you're walking through Walmart, sitting in the line at McDonald's, you've got to have a prayer life. Every now and then, you're just going to need to have a conversation with God. I tell people all the time, I'm in a relationship. I've been in a relationship for 5 years now. Kiana, shout out to Kiana, my baby girl. Shout out to her. So I've been in a relationship with her for 5 years. Now, if I go, you can testify to this. If I go a day without talking to Kiana, it's going to be major issues.
You're going to have a problem.
It's going to be problems. You better get up and say, good morning, you ugly, big head. You better say something. You say something. And so what I found out is that how can we say we know God, but we don't talk to him? How can you say you're in relationship with him and you don't talk to him? Now, I ain't talking about you got to have the fancy words. You got to know all the scriptures and, be in the forefront of ministry. I'm not saying that, but you need to have a conversation with him. Lord, thank you for waking me up. I just want to say thank you. I should have never saw this day, but because your grace and mercy saw fit, here I am. You've got to have a prayer life. Third thing, keep yourself surrounded with people that will push you. You've got to. Every now and then, I've been watching you, Sam, and I've been seeing my dude come in here, and he's exercising with you and doing all of that stuff.
Really weak.
Yes. When you get to a certain point, your body wants to stop. Your body wants to say, I'm done. I saw him the other day pushing you. You were pushing him in the chair. I'm sure. I'm like, I know Sam's arms are saying, you know what? I'm tired of pushing Philly. This is enough. Your body at some point says, I'm tired of pushing. And so you're going to need a spotter. You're going to need somebody that says, you got 2 more in you. You got 5 more in you. Come on. You got 1 more push in you. You're going to need people around you that will help you push. I cannot even begin to tell you all the times I wanted to say enough is enough. I quit. I'm done with ministry, with God, with church, with all of it, with people. I'm done with it. Somebody had to get in my ear and say, I'm Brandon, you got more in you. You got to push. Somebody's depending on you. You got to be surrounded with people that push you.
That is awesome. That is awesome. This is why he's on Inspirational with
needed that.
To kick it off.
My God.
And you said about pushing, being around the right people, and that part when you were alone.
Yes.
that is really hard at first.
Absolutely.
To really, because like you said, you used to picking up the phone, you used to people being around you. But then that's when you could hear.
Yes.
If you can just be alone.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you're not really alone. You're
Exactly.
just alone in the flesh.
Right.
But if you can just be alone, then that way you can start your thoughts, you know, come to you clear, then you can be able to hear.
Most definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
Most of my ideas, most of the songs I wrote, most of the sermons I came up with, most of the any kind of creative ideas happened in my alone time. It was when I blocked out the noise and said, you know what, I'm going to have to take some time. Now, here's the thing about that. You may not like it, but then also the people that have been around you so much and been used to, you know, attached to you, they're not going to like it either.
Yeah.
Why you acting funny? Why you tripping? What's going on? I ain't heard from you in a minute. It ain't nothing funny towards you. I ain't got nothing against you. I just got to focus right in through here. And if you really want to be successful, if you really want this thing to work, whatever it is you do, if you own a salon, if you whatever it is that you do, if you really want it to be successful, if you really want it to work, you're gonna have to block out the noise every now and then.
Every now and then.
And it's not just a one-time thing.
Yeah.
You may have to do that season after season. You know, where you go through a season. Hey, it's November. It's time for me to close to myself. Yeah, I know y'all gonna hate and be mad, but whatever.
But you gotta do
This is my time, you know?
Did we talk about that, King?
Yes.
We talk about that. We've been talking about that, man, about, you know what? I got to be selfish right now.
Most definitely.
to be.
Most
You have to
definitely. Yes. I'm with it.
Yeah. So guys, those watching, I want you guys to do me a favor. I want you to share this video. Share it. I want you all to follow Brandon. Tell them your social media.
You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Brandon J. Hollis. Brandon J. Hollis on all of it.
You saw what I sent you yesterday.
What's that? Oh, that
T
blooper.
Jackson. I said, we was doing the tape. I thought you were T Jackson. Yeah.
I was on the road when you sent that, and my friend, I showed him the video. He said, "But B, that's an honor that you would even get mixed up with Brandon T. Jackson."
Oh boy.
So let's run down on TCT the days that you're on.
It varies, and so this is the funny thing about it, Sam. I never know when I'm airing.
Okay.
I tell my producers, "Don't you tell me I don't want to see my ugly face on there. I don't want to know when I'm on there."
You're nervous, huh?
Yeah, I don't like to know. I get there, I do my job, and I go on about my business.
Yeah.
And so, but if you tune in to TCT, if you go on the website, tct.tv, you can go there and you can click on the link that shows you when all the shows are airing. It'll tell you all that information.
Yeah.
I've got some amazing guests that are going to be coming in with me. Some amazing people.
Yeah.
Jay Moss, Bishop Edgar Van. I'm working on, and I got to cover the mic when I say this so my girl don't hear it, but I'm super excited about one of my crushes coming in. Hallelujah. Megan Good is coming to TCT.
Megan Good.
Yes, Lord. We're going to make a full day out of that. Hallelujah. Yes, indeed. I'm excited about it.
That's what's
now,
up.
I put in the email, I said, and you can leave Davon right where he is. I don't need him. I'm interviewing you, Megan. That's it.
Hey, guys, share this video. Share it. We're getting ready to actually close here on our Facebook, but we're going to be live on air. Tune in, 93.1 WZAK. And you can download the app. Those of you not in the Ohio area, download the app. It's WZAK. You'll go online to WZAKCleveland.com. Brandon Hollis in here, man, hanging out on the show. You are definitely inspired folk, man.
I'm honored.
Yeah.
I'm honored to be sitting here with you. That's inspiring to me.
All right,
Yes,
bro.
sir.
Appreciate having you, man. We
Yes,
got
sir.
more. Tune in to the radio right now.